It was awesome, amazing. When you think about, well, what in the heck is a 7-cent decision? I don't want you to necessarily talk about that right now. I don't want to give it away, but she is the mother of 3 young boys. So she's a wife and a friend. She's a network marketing professional, and she's got over a 6-figure income. I don't even know what it is. I'm looking at your bio. It might even be more than that, but she works from her home. Isn't that great? In Minnesota. But she has an international team of over 100,000 members on her team. She's reached the highest rank in her company. She's business savvy. She's got social media skills, but most important, she has a passion for helping others. I have a feeling that a lot of people that are overseas are on this call. So Amber, I'm not for sure what you want to say to the audience today. Now, we have over 2,500 and growing people that have registered. So we know a lot of people are going to hear you, plus we're going to replay it. If you're registered, you'll get all 4 sessions. So you talk to the audience and tell us what you'd like to share with us tonight.
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me. So I want to first start by telling you, awesome job getting on this webinar. I am so excited for the event. Can I just say one name? Rita Davenport. Rita Davenport. If that is not enough to get you to this event, I don't know. Are you alive? Rita Davenport. I'm so excited.
Personal, by the way. You'll be able to actually, and she's going to be with us the whole time.
She's one of the most amazing women I've ever known. I'm so excited for this. So excited. So, but anyways, what I wanted to talk to you guys about is a little bit, I'm known as the social media queen. Like, I love social media, and I see a lot of people doing it wrong. So I just want to take a little bit of time and talk about social media. You can find this in my book. You can find every single step that I took to get to where I am. That's what I always learned from my mentor. He always said, do you want to be at the top? And I'm like, of course. And he's like, well, you got to do what the people at the top do if you want to have what they have. So that was huge for me. That was huge for getting to my first convention, which absolutely changed my life. So many times people are like, I don't need to go to these events. You know, I read the books, I see the videos, but actually being there, opening your mind to what the speakers are saying, the energy you get, that's the biggest thing, guys. That is so, so huge. And we can't get it over, like, live stream's great, but you're not going to get the same experience as being at the event. So everything I learned, including number 1, getting to events, is in the book. I'm not going to go over a whole bunch of stuff that's in the book, because really what it's about, if you just break it down, it's just loving everybody. It's just being genuine. It's being yourself. It's not being a spammer. It's not trying to be a fake person. And that's what I want to talk about with social media. So many times I see people just copy pasting their statuses, need 3 more to join my team. That is not personable. That's not going to help your business. What you need to do, we're in the relationship building business. We're not in the sales business. We're in the relationship building business, and that's what we need to do, is build relationships. So when you're on Facebook, I want you to be genuinely there with people. I want you to with them. Don't just message them and be like, hey, you want to try my product? Message them, see how they are, see how their family is, see how old their kids are. Once you build that relationship, it's not going to be weird anymore. Like, when I get messages all the time, like, they're copy-pasted novels. I'm not going to lie. I don't read them. They're like 10 pages long, and you can tell it's copy-pasted, just like, hey, here's everything about my company, here's everything about my founder, here's my link, go join. That's not personable. They sent that to, 30, 40 other people. I want you to be very genuine when you're talking to people on social media. I want you to share your life. This is something that Hayley talks about a lot, when she's talking about social media on stage, is share your life with people. Just how she brought her little girl into the webinar, do the same thing. We're connecting with other moms, other women. So bring your family into it. So many times people are scared. They're so scared that, there's weirdos out there, but that's not who we're connecting with. We're not connecting with weirdos. We're connecting with other moms, other women who are just like us. So bringing your kids into it and letting them be part of the business, and just like showing that you're a mom, and showing that, you're a real person and not just a spammy robot trying to get somebody to buy your product. That's what's going to work for you. For instance, my biggest sponsoring post wasn't even about sponsoring at all. I didn't say anything about joining the team. I didn't say anything, post my link. I didn't do any of that. I took a picture of my son at the park, and I said, I love creating my own work view. That blew up. Like, it blew up. That was my biggest sponsoring post yet. So you can see how you don't always have to be about business. You just need to have business within your life. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So when you're on social media, really think about that. Really think about building relationships. Here's another thing. A lot of people are like, well, where do you find people? When you're online, where do you find people? Don't go into network marketing groups and start spamming them. Don't do that. If people are in a company, they're in a company. Like, have respect for that. Instead, what I recommend and what's really worked for my team, we now are actually over 170,000 on the team. It grew crazy. We do about $10 million a month in sales. And how my team does this is they go into groups of things that they have interest in. For example, I have this woman who she just hit one of our top ranks. She's like a motorcycle grandma. Like, she is so cool. Like, she wears like Harley Davidson, like motorcycle bandana thing, and like she's just like the coolest chick ever. And she goes into motorcycle groups, and she goes and talks to other women who love motorcycles, and she gets that relationship with them, and she starts building that friendship. And there she can go and she can offer, you know, she finds something in their life where she can offer the opportunity or the product. For instance, she'll be talking to them and she'll be like, you know, I'm going to this motorcycle rally, and the lady might say, oh man, I wish I could go, but I have to work. That's when she says, you know, I never have to miss these events. Have you ever thought of doing what I do? So she builds that relationship first, finds a need in their life, and that's when she offers the opportunity or product. Another woman, she's really into theater. So she goes into groups about theater. Now, it's not overran by other people in our company like some of the makeup groups are, or it's not overran by network marketers. It's just real people you're connecting with. And the thing is, you guys have the same connection. You guys have the same interest, so it's really easy for you to build that relationship. So that's going to be something big for you to get new people on, you know, new audience. So a lot of times we're like, I hear like my newest people, they're like, man, nobody watches my lives. Nobody ever comments on my stuff, and they think that they suck. I want to tell you, you don't suck. You just don't have enough audience. That's the big thing. The magic number, I don't know where it came from. I didn't make it up, but it's 2,000. 2,000 friends is the magic number when you start seeing success. So really be a friend collector. That's what I want you to do, is be a friend collector. And how you do that is you go into things that you have interest in and build that common ground. So that's how I do it. I don't spam people. I just build relationships. I love on people. I'm genuine. I care about them. And in return, they want to do business with me. So that's really the gist of social media, guys. You just love everybody.
Well, I can tell you this. You are going to be, well, you're speaking about the 7-cent decision because we want to hear it on the stage. But Amber also agreed to do our VIP section, which is, if you come to the conference, if you go to the ambitiouswomenconference.com, check it out, go to the VIP. Amber is also, if you love this social media tips, we have table topics for 1.5 hours with her, with very small, intimate groups where there will only be like 15, 20 at a time. And can you imagine sitting down with Amber Voight and getting this information and asking her questions on a one-on-one? So thank you, Amber, for giving up your time.
You are so welcome.
And coming to our event. We're very
excited
about it. So now, for some reason, this next speaker, I don't even have a bio on her. Isn't that funny? I thought my assistant printed it out, but you know what? I know her personally. So I'm going to just give it. Esther, she's an Esther. Okay, what I know about her. And Esther Vermillion is somebody that I've known kind of from afar, kind of close. Her husband is in the same company. She's actually a best friend of my daughter-in-law. I think that's how we actually met, right, Esther? But I've gotten to get to know Esther Vermillion through, I don't know, last maybe 8 years. I don't know, long time, right, Esther? But just the last 2 years, I've really gotten to know her personally, and she is an awesome entrepreneur, kind of a little late to the game in network marketing, but made a big splash because she keeps having babies and she still continues to keep doing her work. So now she's on her 4th child. She will actually be doing a session on mompreneurs. Oh my God, a special one just for mompreneurs at the women's conference. But I think tonight she said that she wanted to talk about how to rekindle your passion, get unstuck, and move forward with a fresh start and build your business with joy. So don't get off. If you want to do what I just said, is that right, Esther?
Yes, absolutely.
She's out of Texas. And welcome, Miss Esther Vermillion. I love your name, by the way. Do you know what Esther means?
It's the best. It means bright star.
Woo-hoo. Okay.
Yes, we're shining bright. You know, I just love this group so much. I love that we can just be ourselves. And I remember that last year walking into the Ambitious Women's Conference, just when I walked in the room and just paused and just soaked up the energy of the room, the pulse or the heartbeat. They're just women connecting with other women, and those on the stage, y'all, every single person is stellar. The caliber there, you don't want to miss it. Make whatever sacrifices you need to be there. Get your colleagues there, get your team members there. I know one of my secrets to success is attending an event like this quarterly, at least 3 or 4 times a year. It helps me gain clarity, even if there's just one major nugget. At this event, I walk away with hundreds, but it just gets us back on track. And that's one of the things that's helped keep that passion going for me, and to build in a place of joy is to be able to connect with other women that are just like-minded in the heart. And just like every presenter that's presented on this series, you can tell their heart is past just achievement. And I think that's where the passion comes from. That's where the joy comes from, is you can be at the top rank of your company. You can be one of the top income earners, and that's fantastic. It's so rewarding. But alongside that, if you don't have the fulfillment of, why am I doing what I'm doing? What is my legacy? What is my story that I'm going to be vulnerable to share with others to help free them to launch their success, to be able to give back and to make a mark? And there's a quote that I love that says, I want to live my life with no reserves, no retreats, and no regrets. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that's helped me, one juicy nugget, is to build with the end in mind, to think, okay, what does my ideal life look like? And to get really clear on that. Your brain feeds off of specifics, and to give yourself that visual, what does my ideal look like? And the feeling around that, what would it feel like to have time freedom alongside financial freedom as well? You know, a few months ago, I came home from a speaking event, and I drove up and I heard my husband in the backyard, and I heard my baby, I have a 7-month-old baby, and heard him interacting with her and just giggling. And I walked back, and it was one of those moments where time stands still. And it was the perfect day. The sun was shining down. And I walked over to them, and I said to my husband, I said, is this really our life? Is this really what we've created, that we can tag team it back and forth? You can be in your zone of genius and pursue your passions, and I can as well. And we can continue having little ones, and for our baby to begin her life and her norm of having her daddy around. And that was his choice to come home. I have a lot of colleagues their husband thrives off of continuing their job and where they were, but for my husband to be in our home more, and it's just been the best gift ever. So in the Mompreneur session, I am going to go into a lot of the main questions that we get asked. One of them is, Esther, how do you do it all? And I'm gonna debunk that myth of I don't. I've gotten a system down that's universal principles that allows us to work smart and work in a way that's just really strategic. And as we set these goals and as we build with the end in mind, what support do we have in place and what systems do we have in place, not only for our self-care to where we are thriving, to we're not ragged, to where we have these moments of being on and being very productive, and then enjoying our little ones, enjoying our teenagers. You know, when I first started building, I had a 3-month-old, a 2.5-year-old, and a 4.5-year-old. And I didn't know what I was doing. I was going off sheer passion, and built very quickly and very successfully within 12 months to create a 6-figure income, and to be able to sustain that and beyond has been amazing. It was messy though. It was really messy. And to help others to learn from my mistakes with time management, how to find that balance. And the quality of time that my children have now with me is so much better. Even though I may have had more time with them then, the quality of what I have within them is is so rich and so fulfilling. And I want other moms to have that. I want them to have an outlet that they can do this without burning out, and to give steps with that. And I just want to encourage everyone to really listen to your heart and do an analysis and a diagnosis of your own team, of your own organization, your business. What is the feel right now? Does it feel stressed? Is there a lot of frustration or angst or confusion? Or maybe things haven't worked out the way you want. Maybe you've lost your fire or your passion. I just want to let you know that there are seasons to our business, and that's normal. And when you surrender to it and accept it and realize what's working and why, and do more of that, and then to figure out, okay, what's not working. And if it's one of the basic income producing activities for you, figure out how to master that. Find a mentor, find someone who's mastered that, and model them. And that's just going to reignite you and refuel your reason for doing what you do, and to give you that passion to keep going.
Okay, what I want you to do, I love your story, and you're going to be sharing more of that, but do you think you could think of one tip? Well, if you could give a tip to the mompreneurs out there, or grandmapreneurs, I don't know what I call myself, but I'm like a grandmapreneur, if you know what I mean. What one tip would you give them on what they could do? Like, okay, just something that they could take away from them. What would it be?
Yes. I love the book called Eat That Frog, or Eat the Frog First. So every morning I find quiet time for myself. I need that. I need that to get focused. And I have 3 different categories. I have my work category, and my personal category, and then relationship category. And in each of those categories, I write down my top 3 priorities for that day. And even if I only accomplish one of those, that is main on the list before I'm looking at my email, my text, my phone, Facebook. I knock those out, and I do them when I'm at my prime. So for me, between 10 and 1 o'clock, I know I'm at my best. The children are at school. I've had a nourishing breakfast. I've hopefully worked out for the day, and I'm laser focused to knock that out, to where at the end of the day, I know if I've accomplished nothing else, I've knocked out those main priorities, whatever they are, and then I'm able to move forward the next day and keep going.
And you do that every day?
Absolutely, I do.
5 days a week? Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to hear more of that. I need to do some of that. Hey, Hayley, while I have you on the line, I had a request, and because we know you're a 7-figure plus earner, and if you could give us a best practice on building a 7-figure income. Did you start out to make 7 figures?
No, no, I didn't even know it was possible.
So if somebody, now that you know, what is a best practice that you would give someone so they could get?
Yeah. When I first started my business, you guys, I was teaching Pilates and yoga full time. I had quit my job as an attorney about, 15 years ago or 20 years ago. And I had done that for about 5 years. And I was making a nice 6-figure income as teacher and as a studio owner. And I thought if I could just make like a couple $1,000s a month, I could teach less hours and spend more time with Madeline. And when I went out and I realized that just by being consistent meant that I would eventually be making more money. Like if I didn't have days, like Esther talks about, being focused and having the time that you're spending on your business being during your prime hours. Well, obviously for me, as you've just seen, this is not my prime hour, right?
Yeah. Right, exactly.
So I do the same thing that she does. Like I wake up in the morning, and while it's quiet, I return my emails. I look at my social media. I return messages, and then I go and I work out, and that's when my mind starts to think about what my intentions are that day. I come home, and that could be any time between like 10 a.m., 11 a.m., and from that time until it used to be until 3. The first couple of years of my business, I basically, Madeline came home at 3. And that was me then being full on and driving her to activities and trying to do things during that 3 to 5 hour, but it was like the witching hour. This past year, this summer, we just hired a nanny finally. And now I really have until 7 if I want it, because she comes from 3 to 7. but I typically will end my day around 5 or 6. And that's like a normal work day for people. It's from, 10 to 6 or 9 to 5 or whatever it is. And I treat my network marketing business like a real business. I go to work from 9 to 5. I go to work from 10 to 6, right? And there are days that I'm obviously going to work longer, like I'm on with you guys tonight. There are days that I travel, but I treat my business as a business and not a hobby. And even today, when I had kind of like a slower day, I still sat in front of my computer and I looked for things that I could catch up on. I sat at my desk and I did my work for the 8 hours that I'm in my house. And look, I mean, there are times that we can't work as many hours as an 8-hour day, right? You've got exceptions that you make, you've got travel that you're doing, you've got kids, whatever. But my advice to you is treat this business like a real business. Be consistent with it, create daily habits that work, calendar things, stay organized, stay focused, right? We get interrupted these days like every 12 seconds. So stay focused on what you're working on. I keep lists, I keep sticky notes, I keep calendars. I keep sitting right next to me. I've got all, my journals, my notebook, my list. I keep all this in front of me and it keeps me on task during the day. And although I might have the flexibility of getting up and going to get her to school or going to an activity or going to work out in the middle of the day if I wanted to, I use my work day when she's in school and when my nanny's here as my work day. Stay focused and I stay focused and I stay focused and I work. And that over time, you guys, with consistency, will build. Oh, look at Tiffany! Hi. That over time will build a 6-figure and then 7-figure business. It has to,
right?
If you just stay focused.
And if I had to say the number one advice is, you mentioned it, I would give people, you treat your business like it's $1 million business if you want one.
Right. There are days that I could work from like 11 to 12 and be like, oh, that's it. I don't have anything else today. I'm going to go play. But I don't. I treat my business every day like it's $1 million business. And I look for things that are going to help enhance my performance, that are going to create more connectivity to my team, to my leaders, to even my cross company or cross line collaboration, right? I look for ways to enhance my business daily. I'm not just returning emails and attacking the tasks that are sitting on my plate and my box. I'm looking for things to constantly enhance my business and my performance and up-level myself on a daily basis.
That's awesome. Well, let me give you some mompreneurs a little bit of encouragement, because I raised all 4 of my kids in business, in a traditional business mainly. But then after I got into network marketing and I had grandchildren, my daughter-in-laws worked, and I still wanted to be the grandma, so they brought them over on, sometimes 2 times a week, and I hired a nanny for my grandkids and in my home, and I worked and did my business. But whenever I wanted them, I got to take them to lunch, I got to put them for their nap, give them their bottle, but I didn't have to, I could still continue my work, and it just worked out great. And I have such an awesome relationship with all my grandkids because I was also able to have a nanny, a grandma nanny, but it's awesome.
And some people are asking in the comments, like, how often do you work? How many hours do you work? How many days you work? You guys, I work every day. There's some days I'm going to work less. Like on a Saturday, I might work an hour or 2, but I'm always, if you have $1 million business, you don't just put it on hold. Like I see people, they're like, I'm only going to answer my emails on Thursdays. Well, good luck. If you're only going to answer your emails on Thursdays, you're probably not going to have $1 million business. I work every day. Some days are 2-hour work days. Some days are 10 or 12, but I work every single day, and I treat Monday through Friday, if I'm home, right, and not traveling, I treat them like a regular work day. I try to calendar as much as I can in the beginning of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Gives me a little bit more flexibility to get on the road and travel, or maybe do activities or things for myself on Fridays or Saturdays or Sundays. But I treat every day like a work day.
Right.
Every Friday.
Okay, from a 7-figure millionaire earner. And thank you, Esther. She may have to go. I'm not sure if she's still on, but because she's got 4 little ones. But I really appreciate you guys being on. Now we are waiting for Tiffaney. Oh, is she on? Tiffaney Malott. Okay. Now, this woman, okay, hang on to your seatbelts. I don't want anybody to get off, okay? Because you got it. We've got still a few more. We'll be done at 9, but I want you to hear Tiffaney Malott, okay? And I didn't know this about you, Tiffaney. I'm looking at your bio, but you actually served the country in the USAF, and that's awesome. Thank you for your service. She finished college. She worked in a manufacturing supervisor in a factory. She decided she wanted to climb the corporate ladder, eventually got a 6-figure income. But due to unexpected circumstances, she was open to being an entrepreneur. You're going to hear a lot more about her. She had no experience in business or sales, but she still reached the top of her company in a network marketing company. So this is encouragement for all of you out there that say you don't have experience. Great, because I want you to hear Tiffaney Malott, because her hard work paid off. She now has a 7-figure income, and she does have a desire, especially I think women, to empower them. So Tiffaney, tell us what's on your heart tonight, what you want to, over 2,500 plus people, women mainly, are going to hear from you. Tiffaney Malott.
Well, thanks for being on, and I just was really inspired by what I heard Hayley saying. Hayley is an incredible example of what can happen when someone just puts their mind to it. She's always treated it like a business. She's always a businesswoman when it comes to this. You see that when she's on stage. You see that when you're talking to her personally. She takes it seriously, and that's why she's having so much success. And I really believe that she's an example of how we should all do it. Too often, people, because the investment in a network marketing company is small or minimal, they treat it like a hobby instead of like a business. And Hayley's a great example of treating it like a business because it is a business. It doesn't matter what her investment was. And I know it wasn't $200,000. I mean, but she treats it like her investment was $1 million, and that's why she's making $1 million plus year after year after year. So totally inspired by her and moved by her. My story is very different from hers. She started a few years ago. I started 17 years ago.
Wow.
So she started when the internet was hot and popping, and I started when no one even knew what the internet was. So it's a really different situation, but the work ethic, the desire, the burning desire, the coachability, the teachability, and the work ethic is all the same. And so I think that's the most important part for us to understand, is that it doesn't matter how or when you start, it's that you start. I had a great mentor that said, when you get to the 6-figure or 7-figure club, no one says, so how long did it take you to get here? Once you get there, nobody cares. No one cares if it took you 2 years or 20 years. Once you get there, you're there. And I think this panel right now is indicative of that. Like I took much longer, I'm sure, than everyone else on this line right now to get to 7 figures. But I don't think I have anyone saying, it took her way too long. Once you get there, you get there. And no one is like pumping up the person who got there in 2 years. Once you get there, you get there, because the world today still has people who just don't make 7 figures a year, period. And then from home, not in what we do, not the way we get a chance to do it. So I think you've had a lot of wisdom on the line tonight. As mompreneurs, I think the biggest thing we have to understand is we wear a lot of hats. And I think the biggest thing we have to understand, number one, is don't feel guilty for wearing the mompreneur and network marketing hat. Don't feel guilty, because even if all you do for the rest of your life is make an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month, where you cover vacations, you put aside savings, you keep your family from losing their house and their home or their car, or you pay for some tuition, that in itself is incredible. But let me tell you something that will never be quantified: what you're doing with the mindset of your children. So in 17 years, I have coached and led a lot of people and a lot of women who had guilt, who didn't want to go to events, who didn't want to leave their kids because they were afraid if I left my child, then I was a poor mom and everyone was judging them. And so I've coached a lot of people through that, as a single woman, as a woman with a boyfriend, as a woman with a fiance, as a woman with a husband, and now as a single mom. you're making the right decision. Because one thing you can never quantify is the legacy and the mindset you're giving your children. So in 17 years, I have touched a lot of lives, and lives that I didn't even think I was touching. So when I joined network marketing 17 years ago, both my sisters were like, that's the dumbest thing ever. Like, you have a degree, you have a job, you are going to climb the corporate ladder. This is what we do. We're going to make 6 figures, 200. Why are you doing that? And I couldn't explain it, but it was in my heart. So I stuck with it. And fast forward, my younger sister, who was the most adamant about me not joining network marketing, is not a network marketer, but she did join network marketing and furnished her whole entire home with her commissions from network marketing. So she bought a new home, and it was 3 stories, and from top to bottom, every floor was furnished with her commissions from network marketing. So most people who buy a home, they have to get loans, they have to do room by room, piece by piece. She furnished everything part-time with a network marketing company that I was in, that I got her into, and she was completely debt-free from not having to worry about paying interest and getting loans. That's a good feeling. And I think that's a great story. And I think as 7-figure earners and 6-figure earners, we boo-hoo and ho-hum those type of stories. But do you know how many people on your team right now would love to be able to renovate their home, would love to be able to furnish their home or pay for tuition and not have to get a loan, not have to pay interest, not have to worry about a weekly payment or a monthly payment, because they joined a company that the money is just coming in and they can just, with a few hours a week or a month, pay for it? Those are the stories that create more stories. And so that was her first story. But now, because of my example, she is now a multiple 6-figure income earning mompreneur. She's a single mom with a 3-year-old son, and she has started her own HR consulting firm. And it was all because she watched me for like 13 years. 13 years, she watched me just work from home, do the thing, and she did network marketing. It wasn't for her, but entrepreneurship was. And that's what I think we have to understand more than anything, is that number one, we are women and entrepreneurs, and we are inspirations to others. And so what if she didn't join my company and I didn't override her and I don't get residual off of what she does? The best part is that my sister is at home most of the day with her 3-year-old. She can give him things that she wouldn't have been able to do. She controls her time. She tells her clients, this is when I'm available, and guess what? This is when I'm not. And she can still make 6 figures and a multiple 6-figure income from home because she has seen an example of what can be done and that it is possible. So the reason why I'm saying this is I want all of the women on this line to understand that even if you are not Hayley Hobson, even if you're not the 2 Esthers on the line, even if you're not making 7 figures or 6 figures or multiple 6-figure income, guess what? You are creating a 6- and 7-figure legacy through your example, because people don't listen to us, they watch us. And that is the most important part. Your children are thinking out of the box. Your children are understanding that they can own their own time. Your children are saying, you know what? I can decide for me when I want, how I want, because I watched my mom do it. And those are the stories that will change lives. You're giving birth, you are raising and being the example to a next president of a company, a CEO of a foundation, the president of the United States, or maybe someone who just comes up with the next Google, Facebook, or the cure for cancer. But it is all because you made a decision to do something different. And that is what everyone needs to understand first and foremost. It is so easy to get into the minutia of how many people did I talk to today? And you should talk to those people. You know why? Because you're leaving a legacy for their families, the families you'll never meet, and your own. And so for me, after 17 years, it took me 6 months to reach the top of the company, when today with technology, it's taking people 6.5 hours. It took me 3.5 years to get to 6 figures, when people are literally looking at me like, okay, so what was really wrong with you? Because I got there in like 33 weeks. But the truth of the matter is, time is relative. Your story is your story. And as long as you create it, that is all that matters. And honestly, because there's some people, there's more than enough people who even with technology aren't even making $2,000 a month after 2 years. We need to focus on helping them understand that the thing you need to do is be consistent, be organized as much as possible, because I try every day to get better. And you need to just believe in what you've got and be an example and do your thing, do your story, tell your story. And we don't tell our story once we have success. We tell our story as we have success, because people are watching. So when you go in and your spouse or significant other is tripping, or your kids have bad grades at school, or they have great grades at school, and you got a chance to do a vacation, or whatever it is that's happening, your actions, your thoughts, your language, your demeanor is your story. And then when you get a chance to say, hey, I overcame this, or because of this, I was able to do this, that is inspiring someone. And so I think the thing I want everyone to understand is everything you do is calculated. It is strategic. It should be intentional. Maybe you think you're just following the system, but there is a plan. There is a big design. It was all put together so you could not just make money for you, so you could help others make money, but more than that, you can be an inspiration to others who can't do it yet, but will know they can do it because of you. I have a niece who just turned 26 years old, and she has watched me be an entrepreneur for the past 17 years. So when I joined network marketing, she was about 6 years old. So her entire life, her favorite aunt, don't tell my other sister, but I am the favorite aunt. Her auntie has had a business and has worked from home. She has seen me travel all around the country, travel all around the world. She has seen me speak on stages. And about 3 years ago, she started her own business. She loves high-end luxury purses. And so but she doesn't like to have them sitting on the shelf collecting dust. And because I had my own home-based business, she started her own online consignment shop for luxury purses. And part-time, she's working on her master's. She's a mom of 2 and a wife. She actually brings in an extra $2,000 a month selling luxury high-end purses. And I asked her, where did you get that idea? She said, from you. I was like, look, I'm too cheap to buy most of the purses that you sell. And she was like, I watched you work your own business. And I said, why wouldn't I work my own? Because I saw you work a business for all the time growing up, and you made great money. So I figured I could make a couple thousand to pay the mortgage. And I was like, who would have thought that when I was 28 years old, struggling to just make an extra $2,000, $3,000 a month, that my niece, who was 7, was watching me. And that is the most important part of all. So let me just tell you about me. I think network marketing is the best and better and all that stuff. I think this is the way everyone should go. But when I hear a woman, especially a single woman or a single mom or a wife of 2 or 3 or 4 or 10, say, you know what? I watched you do your thing, and because of you, I'm doing my thing. That is the absolute best feeling in the entire world, because more than anything, female entrepreneurship is what I think will move and shake and impact the world. So keep doing what you're doing. Take notes from all of these amazing women. Look, watch Hayley. I'm stalking her page all the time. This girl knows how to do this thing. I need to buy 3 days of her time just to learn from her. And Esther with the Ambitious Women's Conference to bring this many women together to just let us pour into each other, but walk away with something amazing. These are just more examples that not only can it be done, but you can do it too. Not only can somebody do it, but that you can do it. Because really, if you look at this panel right now, we're all different, we're all diverse, and somehow we're all the same. And that commonality is what makes us all connect, and it's what makes us all believe. And so if you're on this line, you could look at Hayley. You may look more like her than you look like me. But because we're all women and we all made a decision, guess what? That means it can be done, and you just need to follow the process, stick with the system, and keep believing in yourself, and know that these examples are here for you, not so we can brag, but really, okay, I'm back. But really because, not so we could pat ourselves on the back, but because we could be an example for you, so you can continue the legacy and create a greater ripple effect that turns into a tidal wave that changes the world. Because I truly believe in all my heart, no one will change the world the way women will. So with that, Esther, I will turn it over.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. We've had a lot of great comments, and you have a book that just came out last week. What is it?
Oh, that's right. It's called 30 Days to a Better You. It's a daily devotional, but everyone who tells me they read it in the first 90 minutes. So it's not a hard read, but it really is me being your accountability partner. I'm a firm believer that your life changes with a decision. And we know it can be a decision that you make in 5 seconds. It could be a decision you make in 5 minutes. But really, after that, you need someone to hold you accountable so you can keep doing it for 5 days and 5 weeks. And that's what Days to a Better You is about. And I'm really excited about it because it's actually a re-release. I wrote this book 9 years ago for a women's event that I had that had over 1,300 people. And they took it, and it wasn't even a book. Here's the funny story. You never know how your dreams are going to come true. I wrote this book as a gift to people who attended my conference, just so they would apply the information they had gotten over the 3 days. But people took it home, they shared it with other people, and they said, can I get more copies? And my then husband, I said, oh my gosh, I am like overwhelmed. All these people are asking me to make more copies, and I don't know if I can make more copies. And he looked at me, he said, isn't that on your dream board? And I said, what do you mean it's on my dream board? He said, you wanted to write a book, right? Like, isn't this a book? Like, shouldn't you just make it into a book? And I was like, yeah, I guess I should. And just like that, a dream I had had for years became a book. And so I re-released it because for some reason, people found it on Amazon and started sharing it and buying it all over again. And I had friends from around the country that said, hey, can we get it again? So
Awesome.
we did it, rewrote it, did some things to it. And what I'm most excited about is that it's back. And after 9 years, the information is still the same. You know, the principles haven't changed. I didn't have to rewrite a lot of stuff. I didn't have to say, do this again, or rewrite it, because what do they say? Concepts are permanent, techniques are temporary. And it is a book about concepts and philosophies that will change your life. And I'm going to finish in a second, but I'm really, really pumped because we're giving a significant portion of the proceeds to my now favorite charity, the Strucky Hearing Foundation. So every time you buy a book, you are actually depositing some money and helping a child, a mom, a dad, someone somewhere around the world have the gift of hearing. So
awesome. And that's going to be available also at the conference. So listen, I want to wrap it up because I know that we only have a few minutes left, but I want to tell you a couple things. Next week, we will have our last seminar of Flourish, and we're going to get as many of the leaders as we can on the call. We've had 4 weeks. This is the 4th week. We've had about 4 or 5 top industry leaders. All of them will be at the Ambitious Women Conference. Just to let you know, if you enjoyed this Flourish, yes, I am going to tell you about the Ambitious Women Conference, but I truly, from my heart, I wanted to give you value, and I hope you got value tonight from the ladies. I certainly did, and we have tried to do that every week. But one of the main reasons is we want to introduce you to these women, let you hear from them, and know that you can make a small investment to come to the Ambitious Women Conference, April 21, 22, 23. And you can go to the ambitiouswomenconference.com, check it out. Some of these ladies will be on VIP. I know, Hayley, I think you might even be doing a breakout session. It's going to be a really intimate girlfriend time. And the whole reason that we do it is that we want to help women get to their greatness and know that they can do it. So we're really excited about that. So let me just tell you, if we're going to have a special tonight, it's $347 when you register for the conference. But that includes, listen to this, that includes 2 breakfasts, a lunch and a dinner gala, because I have a thing about, this isn't a money-making thing. Okay, this is about women, top women coming together in an industry and sharing and pouring into each other. So I don't know, ladies, where you can go for an entire weekend. You tell me where you can eat and drink together, because I have a thing where I just want women to be together the whole entire time, more like a retreat, and just learn to have a good girlfriend time with each other. But we have a special. If you go there now, it's only on for a little bit, right, Michelle? If you want to get 2 tickets and bring a girlfriend, it's only $499. Whoa, okay. Now you're talking, right? $250, and you're going to get a whole entire weekend with these ladies and about 10 other ladies, 10 to 12 other ladies, and you're going to get to eat together. We've got Sir Earl tune with Kool and the Gang. Anybody ever hear of him? Celebrate? You know that song, Celebrate? Well, that was actually, that's the second most song sung in the entire world. Anybody know what the first song is? Happy Birthday, just so you know. That song is played more than any song in the entire world. Number 2, Celebrate. It's played weddings and high schools and dances. And that Sir Earl tune will be giving us a concert, because he's got some charities near and dear to his heart. And we're just going to be blessed. We'll have a comedian, Stacey Peterson, the queen of clean comedy. But the most important thing about the whole thing is we're going to pour into you. We want to celebrate women as individuals, teammates, entrepreneurs. We want to empower you. We want to promote healthy balances. And I saw a comment. I know we talked a lot about mompreneurs, but someone said she was 64 years old. She's just getting started. Hey, let me tell you, it's never too late. You get on with it. That's what I did. I'm a late bloomer in the network marketing field at my age, but I'll tell you, I think it's going to help me go till I'm 100, seriously, 100 plus. That's my goal. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to ambitiouswomenconference.com. At least check it out. See who all the other women are. Sign up for Bring a Girlfriend, because there's nothing like bringing a girlfriend. No one wants to go alone, right? But if you go alone, don't worry about it. We are going to make sure that you get hooked up. Now, I know personally the first 5 women that hang up from this and sign up, I'm going to give you an autographed book. Let's see. Here it is. The Ambitious Women or Woman. The Ambitious. Oh, they can't see me. I don't know. They can't see me. I don't know where I'm at.
We can see.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Okay, here you are. Ambitious Women, what it takes and why you want to be one. And I don't want to put you ladies on the spot, but if you feel like donating your book to get it out there to the first 5 women that get on, would you do that, Tiffaney?
No problem. It's
no
done.
problem. There you go. Tiffany, so 5 women, you could be doing it right now. Get on there. You're also not going to, you're only going to get a good deal, but you're going to get something from Tiffaney, from me, and Hayley. What do you have? You got something to give. I know you got something. Oh, wait, you're take off your audio.
Yeah, I'm actually in the middle of getting ready to release a new book. Yay! It's called A Badass Guide, 31 Ways to, what is it called? Balance your life in the midst of chaos.
Okay, now will that be available at the conference yet or no?
I'm hoping so. We are trying to get it out like in March. So
okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. And I don't know if Amber's still on the line. She's got the 7-second decision. And Michelle offered to send out her book. What is it, Michelle?
Me?
Yes, you, Michelle.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I will send out 5 books. Don't Be That Guy in Network Marketing. Maybe we could change it to Don't Be That Gal. So
yes.
First
okay.
one, there you go.
Oh, I have that book.
Network Marketing Etiquette.
That's
so all of our mistakes. Thank you so much, Tiffany.
And Michelle will also be sharing the stage. What's your topic?
My topic at the conference is the 3 myths that keep you from your destiny.
3 myths from keeping you from your destiny. And I don't know if Amber's still on. She might, and Esther might be gone. She's trying to release a book. Why do we release books? You don't make money on books. You know why we write books? Because we want to empower you. We want you to have as much information as possible and to be the most successful. So I don't want to talk too much. I really just want you to go to ambitiouswomenconference.com. Check it out. Love to have you. We want you to learn and grow together in a friendly environment. It truly is a girlfriend weekend. With that, And Hayley's got the Badass Survival Guide. So look forward to that. It's not out there yet, but hopefully she will have it at the conference. We so appreciate you spending the hour with us. Michelle, I'm going to let you wrap up.
Yes. Tonight was amazing.
Thanks, you guys. I'm going to go put my little one to bed. It was
So
great.
am I.
Can't wait to see you in Dallas.
See you guys in April.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Esther, Vermillion. And everyone, if you still get a chance, can you just type in thank you as we all log off? And again, if anyone on your team missed this amazing webinar, we're going to send the replay links tomorrow, as well as the replay links to the entire series. And I just want to give you the website again to go ahead and check out our conference, ambitiouswomenconference.com. I typed it in the chat earlier, so you could click directly on that link. First 5 get some amazing books, and we will see you.
And Michelle, just say hi to Lisa Pulliam, because she's going to be sharing with us next week.
Lisa Pulliam, thank you.
She will be sharing the testimonial, Women of Strength. She's got a great testimonial. Lisa, I didn't want to rush you tonight, so I'm going to put you on next week.
That's great.
Here's the treat, guys, is Lisa will be with us next week. She has written a book as well, has an amazing testimony. So, Esther, it's actually a carrot that we're dangling for them to come back and see us next week.
There'll only be one more. Can I ask you a question? How many panelists can we put on in video?
I'll have to find that out for sure.
I love the video. I love the video. I think the women, do you like the video? There's 125 people still on. You like the video, or would you rather just be on the phone?
Yeah. If you guys want to go ahead and give us that answer.
You like videos, we're going to try to make it happen. Okay, they all say yes. Love the video, love the video, love the video, love the video, love the video.
Well, they have spoken, Esther, so I guess we're going to try and make it work with video. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I got to get on a call to the Philippines. Mwah.
Okay. All right. Everybody has to go build their business. Anyway, thank you, Lisa. We'll see you next week. And I'm really looking forward to hearing your testimony told throughout the world. This is so crazy that we are all connected this way. It feels like I'm in your living room, you're in mine. And this was great. So anyway, good night, everyone. Thank you so much for your time. Again, the recordings will be posted tomorrow and sent out directly to your email. Feel free to share the email and the replay links to your team, and to register for the conference. I mean, you've loved all this information. Imagine, it's like 100 times more when you're at this conference. ambitiouswomenconference.com. You don't want to miss it. It's going to catapult your business. So next year, you're going to be even further. You could be a 6-figure earner next year. You could even be a 7-figure earner next year, just by learning from these people that have already been there, done that. So as that ends, we will say good night. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
Nice.